Eye n'Ensoko TV, oboroso bw'umugusi.
Wancho mwegeria ne Jumatano yagetonegi Chinsa Ikomi chiabono margoba ngakia ne kwaregania segete sendikyo kyabene Ensoko TV kwaretera mangana mayese nchera yo buenge na yare mutwe ngatia na ngo kwaregania ne margoba obono iga ni gonkoro kwa Daniel Mwaga. Umurigereria magaga yechinkwana hegatiye serikali hamwe n'abatenere b'ekigari cy'abosombi gosinyali tukuligoro nigo bono litukulya rero ase obwamo bekanire okwigwana na kotenenia homogiro yo asika KK amabono elikurwa libaga lyechinkwana nonya nigo abatenere b'ekigari cy'abosombi nigo bayene kiribuna onyete bali gochukwigwana ane serikali nigo barana nese bara nende na kugendera n'omugiro omurugiro yo welitukuligoro mwanchumwelia nigo negetia saranene yenibo y'abantu yende koibwa gosambwa anonye gosalibwa.
Understandably, the state had requested for a reduction of 46 shillings, and they are still agitating for further reduction, despite the 10 shillings reduction that happened last night. Following a consultation meeting this morning, between the government and the representatives, it was agreed that that there was need for negotiations between the government and the stakeholders at a high level, and that those negotiations must be undertaken within the next 1 week. That in the interceding period between now and Tuesday, 26th May, to provide an avenue for consultation, negotiation between the government and the stakeholders. The public transport sector stakeholders also condemned incidences of violence and destruction witnessed yesterday in some parts of the country and completely dissociate themselves from them. And they are not part and parcel of any kind of violence that happened. The government remains fully committed to addressing concerns raised by Kenyans at all times and calls for peaceful and legal means for airing the various grievances.
Let me say this. Let me start by confirming that indeed we have got a white smoke. We have had very, very candid deliberations with the leadership of the public sector transport operators since yesterday. Those deliberations have been concluded this morning, and I must confirm that they have been concluded successfully. As a matter of fact, due to the situation that currently obtains in the Middle East, and bearing in mind that Kenya remains a net importer of petroleum products, the government, conscious of the difficulties that the public continues to endure following the skyrocketing of petroleum product prices, has taken very, very deliberate measures.
With all due respect, and the respect that we have been given today here, as you can see, my sisters and brothers and the citizens of this nation, we want to extend that respect to the media and to the nation. What we have agreed here, I can confirm. The CS Mbadi and CS Mukomen are seated here, Wandai. I'm sorry for that. And our able governor, that the strike has been suspended. That is what I want our Kenyan citizen to hear. And since we have a nation to build, and the government to learn. Kenya is ours. So therefore, on behalf of our transport stakeholder, our partner, and our corporate, on behalf of our TSV, I want to assure them that since we have suspended the strike, give room to negotiation, and if that does not, that we are not able to agree, we'll come back for the same. But for today, the nation should run. Thank you very much.
Omurigereria na gukwana hekerekio mugabana gwe county ya Nairobi ijue erigati yechi county chia kurema no murindo monene humugiro gwe kigari Johnson Ada Sakaja nigo harakanire gwancha nabona ibirengo by'ubugima nigo byakongire mono korende Sakaja nigaburia abakenya kwenekyo botwereru ekere serikali yagendrete kugayana engani iyo yo komentakana kwa maguri ya mabuta imeyense ya Kenya.
Leaders of the matatu sector, the truck association, boda boda, we have digital transporters. Ni muhimu kwanza kusema ya kwamba hawa wamechukua uongozi. Ni ukweli na serikali inatambua na sisi sote tunatambua Wakenya wameumia. Na sio hawa tu kwa sababu wako kwa biashara, hata Wakenya wa kawaida. In all sectors. Children have not gone to school. There are sick people who need to go to hospital. There's farm that needs to be transported. And so that is why we, chose to get out of the way and just come together to listen to each other. We have operators and we have government, but ultimately we are Kenyans. And where there is dialogue and respect, and these operators will tell you, because I work with them very closely, hapakosi njia. So I want to assure the people of Nairobi, the people of Kenya, that we have found a way forward together. We'll have very high level deliberations. Watu warudi kazini, watoto waweze kurudi shuleni, watu warudi kwa mashamba. Let us build our economy even as we resolve this issue. I want to appeal, and I know through the waziris we shall reach out officially to financial institutions. We are in extraordinary times. The crisis we are in is global. Let us not take it out on our people. Imambo ya kuchotwa, vitu yao kuwa auction saizi, we can talk to them on some level of amnesty for some time, because people are really struggling. And so it's good for you to know the government actually, we realize, that increase is extremely high. There are certain limitations of what we can do, but in the next few days you will see. And I have promised them as their as their friend and their guarantor, that we shall sit at the highest level to resolve this pain that Kenyans are feeling. So I really want to thank the CS for Interior, for his leadership, CS for Energy, also the CS for Transport, that this consultation also should go on, that we don't only meet during a time of crisis. Let us meet to see how to improve this sector, to make public transportation as it should be, affordable, reliable, for the sake of Kenyans. So asanteni sana, watu rudini kazi, na ngoja watu town, watu rudi kazini, mujazi mabarabara tuendelee pamoja.
Wono magega iyo mugiro bw'ikigari cyo basombi igo ikerana gokorekana litukuri goro ase Chinsemo ao Chinsa ya Kenya nigo litukuri rero umuteneri w'ekyama kya UDA wesokiri no ngwe gukora no muri kyomone Omar Hassan Omar korwa na kuru ibirengeri byabo okwana nabali kyamangana Amayia korwa aigaime mu cyo Nairobi asikia bisi cyabo kinene cye kyamekyo Omar nigo yareire emerobere serikali yabekire erigo kyania amaguri ya mabuta imeyense ya Kenya. Nigo Omar arekanire ko muire kiara aseriso ya matayemo yo kabiro muraibwense ya Kenya Uhuru Kenyatta asekerianga nigo nyetigeretense ya Kenya amadeni amabuchu ekeraru etobisi uno muraibwense.
Mwezi wa Mei tukaeka mchango mwingine wa bilioni 5 kama serikali. Na licha ya kuweka mchango wa stabilization kutoka Petroleum Development Fund, bei vile vile bado ikaongezeka kwa shilingi 46 kwa upande wa diesel ambayo ndio inatumika kwa idadi kubwa. Katika hizi bilioni 5, bilioni 4.5 zilitumika kusubsidize diesel na nusu bilioni 500 million ikatumika kustabilize kerosene. Na vile vile Serikali ilikuwa tayari imetoa mchango wa zaidi. Walikuwa wametoa mchango wa kupunguza gharama ya VAT, value added tax, kwa nusu. Na athari ya kupunguza VAT, sisi mkusanyiko katika kodi ya mafuta kila mwezi kwa kupitia VAT ni bilioni 25. Kwa kukata kwa 8% ama kwa nusu, tukafika katika bilioni 12.5. Kwa hivyo ukijumlisha ule mchango ambao serikali so far umeweka katika kwa ku exempt VAT, inafika karibu bilioni 16. Na ukijumlisha na ile pesa tumeweka kutoka stabilization fund ambayo inaharimia karibu bilioni 11, alafu jana usiku kwa kupitia ushauri wa rais na kwa kupitia ushauri wa mkuu wa sheria Dr. Sodwar, kukatolewa mchango mwingine wa bilioni 2.75 ambao sasa ikaweza kupunguza gharama ya bei ya diesel kwa shilingi 10. Ndio sasa diesel hapa ndani ya Nairobi imeshuka to 232. Na sisi tunajaribu kuwaelezea Wakenya wenzetu kwamba lazima vile vile tulipe zile deni ambazo kina Uhuru Kenyatta walituletea wakatutweka. Lazima tulipe masala ya elimu, lazima tufadhili pensions, lazima tulipe mishahara, lazima tuendeshe mikakati ya afya. Hatuwezi funga nchi kabisa. Ndio tunaomba kwamba kwa huu muhula kila mtu ajaribu kukaza kamba pale atakapoweza.
Bono hekero abarai ao bagendrete gwesokia na kugikirega kore gia serikali komenta maguri ya mabuta uyo gwangoiga gwesokia na kugikirega kore kyo no murai gwe kyama gia DCP Geoffrey Rigadi Gashagwa uyibo igo kabeiro mokonyi bo murai bwenze okwana kurwa sense mo yangeresa gekeke gia etire Gashagwa nigagendere kumuruta makindi amarito omurai bwenze William Ruto asekerianga nigo ebu eternity ayema sayemo asobo kurimo mabuta bwensemo ya Turukana.
Let me say we should not be having a challenge because of the Strait of Hormuz. Our fuel does not come from Iran. It doesn't go through the Strait of Hormuz. Our fuel is by ADNOC in Dubai and Saudi Aramco in Saudi Arabia. That is where the fuel is processed. And therefore this story that we are having a challenge because of the Strait of Hormuz is hot air. The issue, as I have explained, is that William Ruto has loaded very big profit in the landed. And let me go to the issues of Turkana that would have sorted out the issues of petroleum in our country. William Ruto and Gulf Energy forced Tullow Oil to surrender the production and prospecting of oil in Turkana to them at a cost of 120 million US, which is equivalent to 15.6 billion Kenya shillings. And that is why they have added so much profit in the landed cost of fuel to enable them pay this 15.6 billion to in the oil in Turkana. Gulf Oil created a forced debt with the Tullow Oil that they are supposed to pay 350 billion for full ownership, which is a lie. The price was 120 million US dollars, which is equal to 15.6 billion. The US dollars 250 billion, equivalent to 350 Kenya shillings, billion shillings, is a lie. And this is where the catch is, that in 10 years, every barrel of oil gotten from Turkana will cost 100 US dollars. $85 will go towards paying this forced debt. Effectively, that money will go to William Ruto and Gulf Energy. You are left with 15 shillings, which will be divided 75% to the national government, equivalent to 1,440 shillings. 20% to the county government of Turkana, equivalent to 384 shillings. And 5% to the community, that is 96 shillings. It's pure theft of a natural resource given by God to the people of Turkana, by William Ruto and Gulf Energy, to the disadvantage of the people of Turkana. Unfortunately, the people's representative, the members of parliament and the governor, with the exception of the senator, have been bought and compromised, and they cannot speak. We must therefore speak for the people of Turkana.
Na tuguska mutubono mwanchu mwiriria ni gobarwaneri bwobwene bwa mwanyabantu bakoragwa na Boniface Mwangi ni gobecokirie na kugania ko bwatu kwa komusiese kwegeta seni ikyo ya nyimbo gya Central aiga himeyo mochi o Nairobi Dishen Angoya ni gabege tubyara ari tukuregoro aseli mochori kwa bwatu kabasa gwetane 50 abo barenge kurobekana ari tukuregoro na nabarwaneri bwo mwanyabantu Angoya tabwati mo chandonsi okuba bwatu kahabasae bali barenge kurobekana nenchira hayo.
Na kabla waachilie alipewa nguvu na OCPD, akaambiwa waachilie hao watu kwa sababu hana hatia yote. Baada ya kuwaachilia watu kwenda nyumbani, jioni kulikuwa press conference by Murkomen ambapo na watu 3 ambao hawashaachiliwa. Sio kasemana kwamba lazima watu wengine walaumiwe. Na unajua kwamba jana walipigwa risasi wakaumizwa, so lazima makosa. Hao Wakenya wote kuja kuunga mkono petition. Tunasema kwamba akienda kotini tunamtolea bond, tunampigania, na polisi wote Kenya mzima usifuate sheria ambayo si halali. You can disobey illegal orders and Kenyans will defend you. So we in solidarity with the OCS. We'll pay his legal fees, we'll support him, and if he's fired, Kenyans will hire him. From today, ni kweli. Askari sasa ni wetu, si Murkomen Makanja ni wetu. Na askari wote Kenya mzima usipige wa Kenya mkono pewe mshahara. That's why in solidarity with Dishon.
So thank you very much. My name is Titus Mahanu. I am also an advocate of the High Court of Kenya. Indeed, this morning we've been so surprised that an OCS exercising his constitutionally mandated powers to either decide for suspects to be arraigned in court or to be released. We understand and we all know the law. The OCS has those powers. The OCS is the officer commanding police station. He takes instructions from no one. He takes instructions from the law. So obviously, if at all he has violated any police code of conduct, then that becomes a disciplinary issue. We are surprised that he is being arrested and tried and being dragged through the
Chiamincho ire chiteke komina kianda igoro ye Chinsa Ikomi chabona margoba humwancho mwirya nabo nonge kirega tone kyo mwelyo mangana magia senchira yobenga margoba nega kurugeta seni kyo kyabene giensoko TV nabuna botambe Joshua Nyauma Barnabas Ondari hamona Festus Kabendi na obonsi begete mega yemenyoncho kwene kinga chibi chamo na mariogi awikere senchira hero yobo ngoro kwa Daniel omwaga tora margoba osesenire.
Eye ne Nsoko TV. Oboroso